Well, welcome back to CryptosRus. I'm George. We're all George. Welcome to another market open stream. Today it's looking pretty good, pretty green all around. Bitcoin, crypto, U.S. markets, all in the green because Fed Chair Powell said some pretty positive things yesterday, including indicating there may not be any more hikes. And there's the market bell. So let's talk about all these things and more. All right, let's do this. Welcome, guys. Market bell has just rung, and you can see U.S. market looking very green, especially NASDAQ, almost plus 2%. And that's because whenever Wall Street feels like there's no more rate hikes, they're going to get very bullish, very tech and risk on heavy. That's just how their playbook is. Okay, so I think it's the start of something great, and plus we got some good economic data today as well. So you could see headline news is GDP grew at 2.4%. Okay, in second quarter, topping expectations. Right? Remember, I've been calling this. I'm like, where's this deep recession that people keep calling? Right? I know we're already in a recession, but people are saying, well, it's going to get much worse and we might fall in depression, and people are still saying that, right? Where's that coming from? Because all these numbers are indicating that the U.S. economy is strong, very damn strong. Job market is strong. Unemployment is strong, not heading higher. And you still have plenty of growth. Like GDP is still growing at 2.4%. Even Powell said that he does not believe that the U.S. is going to go into a recession. I mean, he refused to acknowledge that we are already in a recession. But even basically, he's saying it's not going to get worse. Okay, we might have modest growth. Okay, but we're still having growth. So that's pretty positive. Before when we get like a headline news like this or economic reading like this, it would actually drop the market. But now people are starting to realize that, hey, yesterday's rate hike may be the last one we ever see in the U.S. Okay, at least until we get a next bubble or something like that. So that's the positive thing. Okay, and it was supposed to be, forecasted 1.8%. So we obviously blew away expectations. I mentioned about jobless claims, jobs. And so, again, forecasted to have 235,000 people on unemployment, came in under 221,000. That's great. Okay, and when we get the next reading for jobs, ADP jobs report or something like that, it's probably will come in way above. The last few, we were at like 500,000 jobs added per month. So jobs are going up, unemployment is going down, growth is still going higher. And so, I mean, these are all fantastic things. Okay, that means the economy is moving forward. And that's what you want to see, right? And we've been held back for many, many, many months. You could argue over a year because Fed Chair Powell's been trying to get inflation back down. Okay, by trying to make the economy more broke, make people more broke, because he feels like that's the only way to stop people from buying. And that's the only way to decrease inflation, decrease prices, right? But now that a lot of the inflationary pressures have kind of dissipated, for example, high energy costs, right? Supply chain issues, making goods very expensive, those things have gone away. So now inflation is kind of like naturally coming down, okay? So with all the good economic data and inflation readings still showing that inflation is going down, well, that means he's starting to come to realization or come to conclusion that, okay, I don't have to see unemployment go up to 4.2%. I don't have to see, the job market get decimated, right, and see some businesses fail in order to keep inflation in check, I guess, right, so to speak. So these are good things. That's why yesterday Yesterday's meeting, I already covered it. It was very weird. The questions were really weird. But the one thing that was very bullish that I took out of yesterday's press conference is the fact that originally, before, it was planned for 2 more rate hikes. Okay. Yesterday, he did not restate that. Yesterday, he said the next FOMC meeting, which is in 2 months, he's going to wait and see and look at all the economic data and then make a decision then. So he basically took this guarantee of 2 more rate hikes, took it away, and said, we'll wait and see, right? So that's a very dovish move, which is very bullish for markets, right? And very well be the last rate hike we see for a very, very, very long time until 2024, and we get a pivot when he starts cutting rates. And that's going to make it even more bullish in 2024 because you get a rate hike, rate cuts, then you have Bitcoin spot ETF, then you have the halving event. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be a trifecta of craziness, of bullishness, I should say, in 2024. This is crazy. Crazy alignment, right? But anyways, so, I think that's why today the, NASDAQ is doing fantastic. Bitcoin is up slightly, and then all of crypto is basically in the green today. So these are all fantastic things. I don't know, today's a lot of economic stuff. McDonald's, revenue and profit sky high. Okay, so obviously people have not stopped going to McDonald's. That's a really fancy looking McDonald's. I have not seen one that fancy anywhere. Yeah, that's really fancy. I can't even tell if that's real. So McDonald's doing really good. Even Facebook, Mark is pretty happy. Facebook reported spectacular earnings and revenue, so they're doing pretty good as well. And then we know Apple did not report yet, I don't think. Microsoft and Google did, and they were spectacular. So all the big tech companies are doing really well. So things are just good. Again, I know a lot of people like to scream, recession, and doom and gloom, and how it's going to get so much worse. But all these numbers do not support that thesis. The thesis is we are recovering. And this is definitely the time to be more bullish than bearish. Because if you're bearish, you're just going to be missing out on a whole lot of gains that are coming. So yeah, going back to, Bitcoin, stimulated by Fed's cooler than expected inflation data. Okay, well, what does that mean? Well, that means Bitcoin is going to start doing better. That's how I take it. Why? Well, because of everything I just said. Money's flowing back in. Risk-on assets. Wall Street loves them because they're tech. They're high growth. And Bitcoin and crypto are considered risk-on assets by Wall Street. Okay? Now, me and many others believe that Bitcoin is the best store of value that we have, the best hedge against inflation we have, right? And it doesn't really correlate and shouldn't correlate with tech or with anything else because it's a category of its own. But that's not how Wall Street sees it. They still play it like it's some stock, okay? And that's their fault. Those that play it and trade it like stock, well, they're just going to be left behind while the true holders become billionaires, and many have already, right? But with the money flowing back in, with people less fearful about another rate hike, well, that's good all around. You're going to see money flowing into crypto, and it's already started. We're obviously in recovery mode. I would argue we're ready in the next bull run. And, like I said, in 2024 could be absolutely fantastic if you get rate cuts, and then you get the halving event coming up, and then you also get a spot Bitcoin ETF approved. That's the trifecta. But in the meantime, it might be boring. We haven't seen much movement recently. Volatility have pretty much disappeared, okay? But if you look at, leading up to the halving event in 2016, kind of the same thing happened. If you zoom in, you realize, yeah, Bitcoin was kind of stuck at a certain point for a very, very, very long time before it started going up and becoming crazy, right? So kind of like how it is now, We had a few up and downs, but overall, we've been just kind of holding steady, not moving, right? But when it's ready, it will, and then that's when it's not going to stop, right? And that's possibly 2024. Okay, so for the remainder of this year, we'll probably slowly trend upwards, or maybe not. We just stay going sideways, right? Stay sideways, but still, I think we're going to see a slow recovery until the end of the year, and we're already heading into August. I can't believe that we're already more than half past this year. Seems like we just hit 2023, but yeah, we're more than halfway through the year, right? We're getting closer and closer to 24. And, you know, all the metrics, on-chain metrics, technicals, fundamentals, everything is showing Bitcoin is in recovery and better days are coming. Here's a golden ratio multiplier, which, you know, just showing this significance of this Fibonacci level that we're in, where Bitcoin is hitting 1.618. And you could see that Bitcoin previously used them as bottom points before it started recovering, and same thing right now, right? So this is all short term, but long term we know Bitcoin is going much, much, much higher. And here's something interesting. Rather than look at higher highs, let's look at higher lows. Okay, those that complained about 15,000, they probably didn't sit through the 3,000 periods, which I did many times. Many times. In fact, twice, because even with the COVID crash, we hit 3,000 something, okay? And that was only 2020. That wasn't even 2018, right? But I also lived through this, 2013 to 2015, when Bitcoin hit 152, okay? That was when I got in. When Bitcoin first hit 1,000, I didn't quite understand what was going on. So as Bitcoin kept falling, I'm like, I need to get out of here, right? But those that stayed, that didn't get out and kept accumulating, well, they're much better for it, right? And same thing with people that got in when Bitcoin was at $2. But you could see, obviously, the highs are getting higher and higher and higher. And who knows, after this next cycle top, and we do come down, if we do come down at all, the next bottom could be 50,000 or 45, 50, 60,000. We don't know. And wouldn't be unreasonable, because look at the multiples between each cycle low. Right? So just keep that in mind. The next low could be 2x from where we are now. So think about that. And also, let's not forget BlackRock. Again, I just covered BlackRock recently. BlackRock recommended that optimal portfolio or optimal performance for a portfolio is about 85% Bitcoin. 85% Bitcoin. This is out of their own analysts. Many people missed it, but I covered it recently. You know, they're starting to invest. They're starting to invest everywhere. I mean, they probably own the world already, but still, they're doing more. So now they're doing this co-investing thing in India, and basically they're going to be looking at tech. They know a lot of tech companies are out of India, and crypto companies as well. So they are already gearing up. Okay, they are locked and loaded, waiting for this next bull run, as we all should, because this one will be very different than all previous ones. Institutional money will be flowing in. Unlike previous cycles, very little, if at any, institutional money came in. This time around, there will be massive, I'm talking about trillions upon trillions upon trillions of dollars sitting on the sidelines, waiting to enter, and will enter. And who knows how high things will get by the end of this cycle. It's going to be absolutely nutty. Very, very nutty. And then lastly, Jack Dorsey and Michael Saylor asking Coinbase to support Lightning Network. Binance recently integrated Lightning Network. So these guys are saying, hey, Coinbase, you need to join. You need to keep up, right? But here's the thing. Solana, which has been doing relatively well recently, Solana has been going up 52% in the last 30 days. That's not shabby. Actually, that's even better than XRP. That's kind of crazy. So Solana, I don't actually know why they're going up other than they were oversold. But, you know, and Totally is like, you know what? Screw Lightning Network. Everyone should just embrace Solana and USDC because it is the cheapest and fastest way to transfer, even cheaper than Lightning Network. Okay, so that's surprising. But I don't think anyone's going to be ditching Bitcoin and Lightning Network for Solana. But, here's the thing that Anatoly did not put into this graph. I don't know if he made this graph, but something he did not take into account is downtimes. If you measure downtimes between Bitcoin network and Solana's network, Bitcoin is at 0, Solana is at like probably 50. Okay, so there's that as well. So let's not forget that. All right, that's pretty much it today. Overall, pretty good day. Let's see, like Coinbase is up, Riot is up, Microsoft is up. Pretty good. Would have expected Coinbase to be up more. And then let's see, Tesla's up. All right, let's do some Q&A. All right, let's see here. Let's see if I missed anything. Is Arbitrum promise fading? Downtime metrics decline since Arbitrum price alarms July 27th. What promise? I mean, there's no doubt that a lot of the chains are suffering because the price action is just not as good as before. So people are not as interested. Most of the transactions, keep in mind, are usually just trading transactions, trading volume. And when people see very little volatility, first of all, that makes trading horrible. And second of all, a lot of people have ditched a lot of altcoins for Bitcoin, right? So obviously, price action and volume and everything is going to go down. I don't know why everyone's talking about Barbie movie. Why is no one talking about what's the atom bomb movie? Oppenheimer, right? That seems like a much better movie. I don't know why everyone's talking about Barbie. It's so hot in Vegas. That's what I'm hearing. I'm not going to enjoy this 110, 115 degree weather in Vegas. There does seem to be like some kind of extreme heat wave that everywhere is experiencing. Where I'm living, it's pretty hot, but I just saw some news report about Florida, water is like 8 degrees hotter than it should be, and there's places in Florida that never hits 100 is now 100, and they're worried about marine life and stuff. I mean, it just seems like, and Vegas is above 110 every single day now. It just seems like there's something going on. In England, it's raining and cold. Well, that could be a good thing. I guess that could be a good thing. Vegas is like walking on the sun. Well, I'm gonna be hanging out inside mostly, so you know that's gonna be. I guess I'm just gonna be hiding out inside of the AC. Christopher. Oh. Did I add to DCA portfolio yesterday? No, because I didn't have a show yesterday. I do have a clips channel. I think a lot of you guys know that, and that video did really well. It was just like a summary of my my live stream. In case you guys wanted shorter clips of my streams, you got to watch the CryptosRus clips channel. That channel is blowing up right now, by the way. G-Man, if I win a TikTok competition, can I have it in Litecoin? No. You could have it in USDT, and then you could buy Litecoin with it. So you could do whatever you want with it afterwards. If you want to buy a shitcoin like Litecoin, that's you could do whatever you want afterwards. It's raining hard here in France. Can Cadena hit 100? I don't know. I don't know what price they're at. Can they hit 100? Unlikely. Unlikely. That's like too many multipliers. That would put them in a trillion, so probably not. What is going on with the NFT of yours that we own? What do you want? What do you want to know? You get into Discord. You can join in a conversation. You can join events like this Vegas event I'm hosting this weekend. And there will be more events that's coming up. So, not sure what else you're looking for. And besides the fact that they are great store values too, their floor price have been slowly climbing higher and higher and higher because the limited ones that I've released, that's it. There's no more. Solana got an NFT deal with Coca-Cola. They do. I don't know if that's what drove the price up though. Solana, they've been pretty volatile recently. So 53% in the last 30 days, that's pretty good. Recently, just yesterday or something, they pumped up like 9%. Today, they're up about 4%. So some money is flowing back into Solana. So that's pretty good. But XRP has been pretty stagnant, but at least holding above 70 cents. That's pretty good. I noticed Stellar is still doing fantastic. Today is up 15%, 70% in the last 30 days. So a lot of people still putting money into Stellar. Any other good movers? Maker, which is a stablecoin maker. XDC. Don't know anything about them. And then Synthetic. Compound. So you got some good movers for the last 30 days or 60 days. No, 30 days. New NFT with Barbie and Taylor Swift. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you could tell who they are in well, I guess I could. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Am I going to film the event and upload it? Yes. Yes. But I might do some interviews too. Yeah, there'll be multiple videos. One will be more like a promotional video. Not promotional, like a cool overview video, I guess. It won't be like my live streams. And on Saturday, I'll be streaming at night from Sin City Crypto's studio. They have a very fancy studio, so I'll be doing like a live stream there, but it's not going to be my usual thing like right now. We're just going to have a good chit chat about random things, so that'll be cool. That'll be cool. More like a podcast style. What do you think about Mt. Gox releasing BDC? I don't think it's going to be a big deal. And they're not just releasing it for the sake of releasing it. They're releasing it to people that want BDC. Many already said they wanted cash, right? So, and the rest that are taking BDC, a lot of them have committed that they're not selling. So I don't think it's going to be a big deal. It's not like before where they randomly sold hundreds of millions during the worst times on the spot market. It's not going to be like that anymore. What is your favorite place to stay in Vegas? I don't know. I only stayed in one place before. Two? I don't even remember. Last time I stayed in Mirage. This time it's going to be Mandalay Bay. So, I don't know. I haven't stayed at any of the other fancier hotels. The U.S. market is still doing good. NASDAQ specifically. Did I buy a Barbie token for the movie? No. No, I did not. It feels like today feels like Friday. Today feels like Friday, but it's only Thursday. I don't know why. I don't know if you guys care, but yesterday I went with the kids to the National Sports Card Convention. It was interesting. It was huge. It's huge. Most people collect baseball cards. Most of the vendors have baseball cards, but still, a lot of other sports. I was going to buy this really nice LeBron Ultimate Rookie. I think the guy was selling it for a steal. It was expensive. He had it listed for $40,000, but I was looking it up. Like on eBay, the cheapest price was like $80,000. So I don't know. Maybe just not a whole lot of people selling on eBay, but it was a 9.5 2003 Ultimate, serialed out of 250 with his autograph. That would have been a really sweet thing to pick up. I didn't pick it up. My kids ended up picking up some Pokemon stuff, but yeah, card industry is also down. A lot of the big cards are down like 90%, just like crypto. So if you're into cards or Pokemon, it's a really good time to get in as well. If you had to choose Graph or Fetch, if I had to choose, Graph is more well known, but they're two different things. I don't know. I would probably choose Graph. I only collect basketball because I don't care about any other sport, really. That's my passion, I guess. Will SHIB reach all-time high? Yes. Yes, it will. Shiba and Doge no doubt will reach their previous highs and surpass it for sure. The question is, will something new like Pepe do the same thing? And I think so. Pepe definitely stole a lot of thunder. 550 million market cap. Can it go to $1 billion and beyond? Probably. Probably. Yeah, memes always. I mean, memes are so unpredictable and volatile. So during the next bull run, who knows like how high they will explode to, but they will explode for sure. Brian, I definitely think cards will come up in the next few years like crypto. It's kind of like, it's just like crypto, buying and holding. My friend is heavy into cards. All he does is accumulate, and it has done very well for him. It's the same thing. Same thing like any investment, there's up and downs. And if you believe in it and you know there's value there, you stick with it and you DCA and you pick up when things are low and cheap. That's how you make money. I think sports cards are definitely not going away. Did I see the video about the whistleblower? Yeah, I did. I even tweeted it. I don't know what to think about aliens. Basically, he said U.S. government knows about aliens. We have alien tech, and we even have bodies of aliens. I mean, at this point, I would not be surprised by it, but is it a smokescreen to cover other stories that's going on, right? And if that's really true, like, if it's really true and it's being released now that we have, aliens have visited Earth, and there are aliens, and we have advanced alien tech, I mean, that's pretty big news, right? That's really big news. But right now it's just, testimony from one guy that supposedly knows all these things, right? But if they actually really reveal it, if you think about it, that's enormous news. But, who knows? Who knows? Richard is balling. Wagman Games is hidden gem and bone. Well, I'll just say one of the two is I'll agree with you. The other one, not so sure. I do feel like all the footage of UFO planes or whatever flying objects are probably man-made. It's like probably the humans, the government, I should say. They replicated the technology and they're just flying around. They don't know, how to quite control it, or they're just testing it, right? I don't think we actually captured any real life UFOs being driven by aliens. That probably happened one time many years ago. We now are studying, we have been studying the technology, replicating it, and so forth. So that's the most logical thing. With as big as space is, it's just not that feasible for like so many aliens to fly their ships over here. I mean, you have to be so advanced to get anywhere in space. And yeah, that's what I think. I love to live in 1,000 years from now and see how advanced our space technology is, kind of like Star Trek. I'm hoping like 1,000 years from now we'll actually be able to like fly to different planets and actually be able to study them and so forth, because that's cool. That's fascinating to me. Like, our space tech is so bad. We can't go anywhere. Anyways, off topic. Let's conclude. Overall, today it's just not a bad day. Not a bad day. I think people are starting to realize, well, the economy isn't so bad. We're not really falling into a deeper recession, right? Fed may be stopping rate hikes altogether. So overall, today's a pretty good day, right? And we'll see. We'll see if this continues. I'll see you guys tonight, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, all right? And then we'll talk about it some more. Have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.